Yeah, it's not like it's speeding by launch. Sorry, Tom. I just have to mention it since you mentioned it. So we'll stick to this lane and take us all the way through to Chat, and then we'll go to St. Rupert's.
Killer. Yeah, I need to practice.
Yeah. Do you want to buy a guitar?
My guitar?
Oh, yeah.
I've got one. I can play, yeah.
I bet I've got one like this.
It's just a Yamaha black acoustic guitar.
I'm talking about electric guitar. I forgot I've got an acoustic one as well.
Because if you want to buy a piano that I don't want.
Is it a real piano?
Yeah.
Man, I always wanted a real piano, but I live on the second floor and I know I'm going to get it up the stairs.
Yeah, it's a proper piano. It was gifted to us.
Really?
With the just slightly played Phil when she was younger. And Sam was the story was that the youngest was going to learn, but as in usual case with our daughter, she loses interest in about 30 seconds. So we just got this beautiful piano just sat there. Might need a tune now.
Probably, but they do after a while anyway.
Right, so
yeah, what brand is it, you know?
No, I don't know enough about pianos.
Not like a Yamaha or
No.
Might cut forward a little bit because you've got this guy behind you trying to swing round onto me. That's it, there it goes. I've got a friend, ex-pupil actually, who has a piano and he never needs tuning, you know. It stays in tune.
Is that because it's electric?
No. No, it's a proper string piano, and he reckons it's because it's not got central heating.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the central heating, it dries the wood out.
Yeah.
And everything moves a little bit.
Yeah.
But he reckons because it's got like wood burners and stuff like that. It's different. It does.
I mean, there's probably some sense to that, actually, to be fair, because, I mean, part of my job every day is dealing with the effects that things like weather and temperature and stuff have on materials and things like that. You look at how the door frames and window frames expand and contract depending on the season and stuff, and all of a sudden your doors seem absolutely fine. Even UPVC stuff, your doors seem absolutely fine. Suddenly you get to the summer and it's sticking because everything kind of, the winter should I say, it swells a bit. So yeah, I mean, there's probably definitely some logic there.
Yeah, I really like a real piano, but they are expensive. Well, they're not. You can pick them up free, basically. People do give them away free, but it's such a big item. I've got a keyboard, a Yamaha keyboard, and it's quite a good one. You know, it's their version of the portable grand piano. It sounds great. The keys work the same as pretty much. I mean, there's a slight bit of difference, but not much to a real piano. And what I said is that if I ever get to the point where I outplay that, then I'll buy a real one. That's my sort of justification. And believe me, I'm nowhere near.
Doesn't need lots of change. So what's your guitar then?
Right, so I've got a couple, but I have got a Yamaha, and it's I can't think of the name of it, the code for it, but it's a barn find one. I found it years ago, and what I did is it's an old rock guitar that it's been in a bag in a shed for 20 years.
Yeah.
But when I opened it up, the instrument is in mint condition. The strings had rusted, so I replaced all the strings. I refurbished it, polished the fretboard down, polished all the frets, and lacquered it properly with the proper oils and everything. And it's purple and black, and it's really nice. Yeah, it's a stunning guitar. It's got all the original parts, but it's a rock guitar. And what it does, it's got this little toggle switch on there. Yeah. So you play around, and you've got all your tone buttons and your volume buttons. But if you hit this little toggle switch, it bypasses all of the electronics in the guitar.
Yeah.
So all you get is the string going straight into the amp.
Yeah.
It's absolutely really good. So that's going on to be listing that in the next day or two.
Have you thought about getting it back?
Well, I mean,
I don't know anything much about it.
I'm going to ask for a decent price for it. Let's take the next road on the left. So I've got that. I've got a really nice amp, orange. It's pretty good. And
I've got one of my best mates. Well, I say I don't know much about guitars. I used to be in a band, but I was a vocalist. That's what you call a screamer.
Yep.
But my mate Jordan, he was a guitarist. He still plays guitar. He's actually playing Why Not Festival. Him and his friend did it more like they used to do like heavy rock emo stuff, stuff. But now he's more into like acoustic, kind of like folky stuff.
all right.
And he's got his friend. I can't remember her name, but she writes songs and stuff. And he writes music. Nice music actually, but he knows stuff about guitars.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to list it and then position it within this thing. That's it. So I 100% would just wait for this bus. I just wait for him. It's a great opportunity. I mean, you can probably see around the van. I can't really see around it.
Yeah.
It's a great opportunity to just waste that 30, 40 seconds. There you are. Now I'd go. Yeah, when I list it, I'll send you over the.
Yeah, do.
And then
Yeah, because I can just ping it over to him and see like something you'd be interested in, some driving.
I mean, it's such a nice guitar. I've decided to sort of go with the piano rather than guitars anyway. So I've got that for sale. I've got an orange amp for sale. I've got a pedal board, which is a really nice one, for sale as well. And I've actually got a really good Yamaha, like a modern Yamaha one.
Yeah.
Like I forget the name of it, but it's like one of the latest models. It's so nice, so good. When you pick up a proper expensive guitar, you can feel it in there.
You taking your bike with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bike is. I'm leaving it here for the next winter because I need to build my garage over there. Yeah. But when I do,
have somewhere to store it over here.
Yeah, I've got a garage down in London.
All right.
So, but then what I'll do is I'll do a road trip over there.
Yeah.
Because I've done a couple of European tours on my old bike. So I'll pick a nice route down through Austria and the Alps and such, and so I'll make a do a road trip. Yeah.
That'd be splendid.
Sorry?
That'd be splendid. That one period.
It is nice out there. Yeah, that's it. I think when you're retired, you can do stuff like that.
Right.
Just take your time to a week or 8, 10 days, whatever it takes. Just ride until you've had enough and then find a hotel for the night where it looks nice.
So you kind of just almost wing it a little bit, or do you kind of plan your route, thinking about that's where I'm going to get to? And
we've done it both ways. The first European tour that we did, we packed on the sleeping bags, the tent, all the cooking stuff and everything. We did the lot, and we just rocked up to the nearest campsite at the end of the day.
Yeah.
The second one, we actually had pre-booked everything mostly, and so we had to go 20 miles the next day, and then 30 miles the next day or whatever. And we did this, but I enjoyed that as well. But it's better. It's always a bit more interesting.
Me and you, like mates, got kids a few decades ago now when we were in kind of our late teens, early 20s.
Turning left at the end of the road, we'll find a parallel park here.
We attempted to do a tour around the UK.
And so the black guy, if you just want to pull up next to him and do a parallel park. Yeah, this first one, sorry.
Yeah,
way do you want to go?
That way.
Keep it simple.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
About 1 turn.
Yeah. So you can read where it says airbag. That's it.
And
Because that produces nice gentle curves.
So I've not done this in a while. So
Okay.
kind of bringing myself back. So it was check in.
Mm-hmm.
Check in. Real good. Start coming back slowly. Sorry if I'm talking to myself. Check over my shoulder. Check that blind spot.
Yeah, that's too fast. Stop. Because you've let go of the brake completely, the car's just going on its own speed. You haven't got time to really do looking around. It's just rough there. Anymore, you're going to be too far into the pavement. You see.
Yeah. But that's right.
So the secret is control the speed. And then that gives you all the obs. The obs were correct, but the last bit you just ended up looking forward, going backwards. Whereas ideally going a bit slow, just a bit more looking over your shoulders.
Okay. Yeah. Straighten up now.
Yep.
Back here. Get back to that line.
Okay, so check in slowly. Yep. That's it.
That way. And this should line me up nicely.
Will do.
Fingers crossed.
Still pointed out, a bit more comfortable. That's it. If you just sort of, you can see here that you're all lined up with the pavement as well. You look in your mirror, you can see you're lined up. The steering must finish with straight. That's it. That's the end of the maneuver.
Cool.
So everything there was really good. You got the positioning and everything good.
Just slow.
Just let go. No, you let go of the brake, so you went too fast.
Yeah.
You sort of shot back. And if I'd not been saying stop, you would have been well too far up the pavement, and then it's all down to the control of the screen. All right. Do you want to just reverse back a little bit further, and then we'll have another crack at it, okay? And you can take more charge yourself. That's it there, Tom. Okay, so when you're ready, we'll get another parallel parking.
Bit close.
It's a little bit close. You must finish with your wheels straight.
Yeah.
That's it. It's okay. There's nothing to say that you can't be too close or whatever. You know, they can mark you down on it, but this is not too bad actually.
Should we go from here?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because if you make any adjustments, they mark you down on that.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Chicken. That's much better controlled, a lot better, really good odds as well.
Oh, work car. Just carry on.
Yeah. Because you're blocking the road, so he'll probably go when you open the door for him. So if it does go, you just be aware of him. I'll teach him to come round the corner full blast like that.
Gonna have to wait now.
Oh, yeah. Straight.
Cool.
It shows how fast it came round though, wasn't it? That was well quick.
Yeah, that was loads better.
Yeah, really good. What I really liked about that one, Tom, it didn't rush for them. Because that's the number one thing that most people do in that situation. Somebody's waiting for them to rush and sort of go, but you took your time, you ignored them, and absolutely the right thing to do. Unless, of course, they move, in which case you stop.
Yeah. They
good.
can wait.
They can wait.
Stop in the middle of the road.
Okay. Right, let's drive on then. Happy?
Yep. I'm happy, we keep doing it.
Yep.
Like a couple of practices each time would be nice.
Definitely.
I'm in drive, yeah. told you we're going to Cornwall in just as driving to Cornwall. So I think we'll
I think it's interesting driving down in the countryside down there, you know. Well, different experience.
Yeah.
You know, where I grew up down that way. And, I mean, they're really narrow, like only enough room for one vehicle.
Yeah.
What the technique is as you go up to a bend, you know, when the big hedges are there, it beats you on before you get there, so anybody coming that way knows that you're there. So it's
They don't put those mirrors like more regularly.
Yeah, but some of the roads are like that. You know,
Yeah.
like a snake. So if we can turn right at the end of this one, a bit like a snake, so you know, you just couldn't do it, and then you couldn't get overgrown with the hedges anyway. Yeah, no, it's the done thing. It's the technique that we use. The locals will use it. Little paths, you know, just when you get to the bend, and if you hear another one come back, everybody slows down.
You know what we discovered? I'm sure it was around not far from here, but it was from my driving. Is a hidden speed bump. It was obviously not long been resurfaced this road, and they've not put the markings on it. And for that life, when you were approaching it, the time of day, the type of lighting, but when you were approaching it, you could not see that. We hit quite hard. We were doing about 25. Yeah, it was a bit of a head bobber, a bit of a nodding dog situation. Jess has got to drive to Burton Hospital tomorrow. We did a couple of practice runs last week with me in the car, kind of manning the sat nav, so to speak. And the roads are atrocious.
That's disgraceful down there. It's the second road on your left. This is the first, and the second. Oh, there's something about Burton Hospital, I'll tell you. So, outside Burton Hospital, on the main sort of road, there's like a round, it's sort of just off a roundabout, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you turn next to the hospital on that roundabout, that road goes up there and then it goes uphill. The road there is a single yellow line.
Right.
So it's a yellow line, but it's restricted. I think the restriction ends at something like 4 o'clock or something like that.
Yeah.
So I've been there before and parked up there, you know, and because after 4 o'clock it's like it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And the amount of people that I saw, I mean, when I came out after I'd been there, the road's completely clear. Only my car's there.
Yeah.
And the amount of people queuing up to pay the right, to pay the sort of £5 parking charges or whatever was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what, all you have to do is have a look and, you know, and it says clearly there, you know, if you know your highway code, you know what it means.
Yeah. Yeah, just like I couldn't believe. Just like not even like back street sort of thing where you could almost argue, right, fair enough, it's been a while since this has been resurfaced, it's a not well travelled road, sort of main roads through Burton. They're just potholes.
Yeah, it's like trucks full of beer in it. That's where it hits me.
Yeah.
But they are particularly atrocious down there, and I agree. Not only that, but the drains. Oh man, their drains are really bad as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're just overloaded for all the industry that's got down there, and the drains are just not up to it.
Yeah.
You get them sometimes, and some of it's just sewage smells, so it's really bad. Turning left. First exit, I'm going to head over to Hollywood. Yeah, I mean, coming to a roundabout. We're going to turn right at the third exit restart. Cool. Taking the next left is where planning. I reckon 1 in 3 people do it, but it's more like 1 in sort of 10, really. Nothing that you need to worry about. It's so easy. In this case, literally, I would say stop it, jump on your brakes, stop it as hard as possible, really. Yeah. But then the trickiness comes when you say, thank you, now drive on. Like, check your shoulders before you move, and then, yeah, if you move, then check as you're moving, then not have it. Check before you get on again. Yeah. Before you leave, then turning right at the end of the road. That will come. Exactly what you're doing now, we're just firmer. Yeah. So we'll turn left into the leisure centre. This is the company here on a driving test, so they use this we'll go use the back of the car park there, where the car is.
No, perfect.
And I'd like you to reverse into any bay. So you don't have to use this area, you can use any area.
I'm wondering whether to go wait for them to do their.
Well, you would anyway, you wouldn't go around them.
Go beyond them so they can use this area.
I think they're going forward into a bay. Or are they? I don't know. See, that's like the big brother of this guy, and that's the Iris, I think. Or a Corolla bay, I don't know why, but I mean, it's a hybrid, so it's automatic.
If it was on my test, this would be a perfect way to build on.
Yeah, definitely.
You passed. Should we say it for 25 minutes?
Should we go? Let's see if they stop for us. I'd go.
No, yeah, I'm going to go over there. What are they?
It's a bit long-winded, to be fair. Anyway, so going to reverse into any bay.
I'm going to go along this road. Okay. Check.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, there.
You're not going to get much better than that.
So when you do it, you have to put it into park, don't you?
Yeah, handbrake.
Oh, handbrake. And then into park.
Neutral.
They'll check.
Yeah, and then that's you saying, all right, I've finished. Or they may have you finished. Or
Yeah.
Or
That went alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as you line the end line up with this line, guaranteed, really.
Yeah. Right. Do you know what? Oddly enough, going backwards to my left is so much easier. Because when I've done it in our car, we go up to the car park up at where the kids do kickboxing. I find that way so much easier than going the other way, and I don't know why.
I do. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
Reversing left, so much easier than reversing right. Even though, technically, when you reversing right, you can see more of it because you're sat on the right.
Yeah.
But no, it must be the way our sort of brains are wired or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe something to do. Yeah, let's exit. So we're going to exit this way.
Very good.
It might be something to do with being left or right-handed. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think about things like that too much.
Well, I mean, as long as I come on my test and I can do it left, then.
Well, yeah, that's what they'll say. I mean, if they say, reverse into to any of them on the right, then just do it.
Yeah.
That's the deal, is it? You know, you can still do it.
So I noticed that, like, I don't know whether you get more down for this, I can't imagine you walk, there's kind of a stopping and starting, it's your edging, like you just a little bit too much pressure on your brakes, you kind of stop again and then you lift off again.
No, you don't get knocked down.
No, that's fine.
Because they don't say to you, you have to do it fluidly without stopping. You know, that's
They're just telling you to get into the bay, basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So we're going to exit here and turn left. The only thing they're interested in is, did you go from A to B, and did you do your observations? You wait until I'm just stopping you because I want you to see. Look at the space here between your car and this post. Look at the space between your car and this post here.
Yeah, should have been more in the middle.
Absolutely, you risky. It is risky, okay?
Yeah, no, fair enough.
That's it. So at the roundabout, we will go straight on. My front wheel by any car yesterday. Because I'm an instructor, so I always get this, you know. So I turn it left again. And it's like, well, I failed my test. Oh no, it says I passed my test. It says, but I did 4 faults. All the same fault. Like all on approach to junctions.
Yeah.
Why? That's like, well, he said, but did I mention that the examiner was my dad's best mate? I said, well, apart from that, maybe your faults were, yes, the approach to junction fault will remind me that you didn't change your mirror, remind me that you didn't, that you approached too soon, too fast, or you didn't do your signal in the right time. So I'm like, all right.
Being a instructor and stuff like that, you probably get asked the same sort of questions quite a lot, like, who's your best student, who's your worst student, have you ever had a crash? Yep. Probably the same things I asked you when we first started. Sort of thing. Right.
I don't know if it was just because I was like a new instructor back in the day, but it seems like, whenever the instructors used to get together at the test centre, always used to be talking about stuff like that. I had such and such happening, such and such happening.
Yeah.
And nowadays, they don't, and I don't know if it's because we all know, we all see the same kind of things anyway, don't we?
I think it's a bit of a post-COVID world. Like, you kind of like
taking the next road on the right. Yeah, there's that. So.
don't hang out probably quite as much as we used to do in general.
I think I just got fed up with it. Same old. When I first started, we used to have a driving instructor's Christmas dinner.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
I told you before. Oh, God, I went twice, never again. First time because it was all a bit new, and the second time a year later, and I was like, why am I even wasting my time? Listening to 25, 26 driving instructors talking shop. Honestly, it's just not fun. That didn't work.
Yeah, I was watching quite a funny YouTuber, I think, one night, and it was this young lad, just learning stuff. I can't tell if he was doing his test, or no, he was doing a mock test with his instructor. It was a young chap himself, a bit older, but still young. And he had his mate sat in the back of the car, like the chap driving did. And he got to the end of it, and he's proper doing the old gangster thing, slouched in his chair, like this. And he got to the end of it, and his instructor was like, "You failed." And he just started having a go at him, saying, "What do you mean I failed?" I was like, "Well, you failed." Like, your mate opened and started trying to go through his lead, like, going to his mate, like, "This guy's having a laugh, this guy's having a laugh. I don't think he failed, like, I can do this. Or this, and it's just like thinking, God, you're a prick. Like, why are you giving him shit if he's trying to help you? Yeah, it was proper, it was all, obviously, like a lot of instructors on the cameras and stuff like that now, and doing the recordings with them, like, you put it on YouTube and stuff like that, and it was a TikTok video it came on. But yeah,
A lot of it is set up as well, you know.
yeah, well, I wondered if it was a bit of a kind of one of those, like, whether he'd actually given him shit.
I find instructor videos, because obviously I've watched a few of them as well, and they do tend to be one of a couple of kinds. They either tend to be made up and you know, really contrived, you know, or the instructor is like a bloody ironing board, you know, stiff as an ironing board, and the verse, I've heard it, it's almost like the official verse. You know, when we get check tested, it's called.
Yeah.
So when we get check tested, it's done in a prescribed way.
Yeah.
And we have to cover certain elements and stuff like that. And you know, and the videos tend to be like somebody's on the check test, you know, because they're afraid to say how it really is and talk properly. Yeah. So you get this. So at the end of the road, I'd like to turn left. Now, which mirrors do you think you should be checking? Now, why are you checking those mirrors? And what's the benefit of that to you? What do you think that we would benefit from doing such and such? I mean, I do ask you what would you want to do in your lessons and stuff like that, but and the amount of videos I've watched, and as soon as I can hear the instructor talking, so let's turn left at the roundabout.
So I went that way.
Yeah, see it at the end. You know, years ago they started experimenting with this white noise and sirens and white noise so into space, like shh, shh, shh.
Alright.
Because apparently you can pick up its direction a lot better with white noise than the actual siren. So they did like a mixture of the two. And I remember they did it with ambulances, and it did actually work. Yeah. I heard it once, and then you could hear the white noise, and I knew exactly where it was coming from. You should do it with these as well. Because I heard that, and I'm looking around, I don't know where he is, you know?
Yeah, your devil does that kind of thing, like, so where is the car and stuff like that. If anyone's in the car, you kind of do that. Or where is it? Where is it? Do you want it to move? Or is it in the street to move from?
So next we're going to be turning right when we get there. So I mentioned it, so we take up position there as we.
Yeah.
The guy behind us is already in position.
pretty much. I need to move over.
No, stay in the same line. Are you thinking about moving over to the right or the left?
Left.
No, stay in this lane. You could, no you can't actually. If you moved over one lane to the left, that's going to send you into the city. No, it's divided.
Yeah, because I'd have to come back again when the road splits. Yeah. But it's one of those things with islands like this, if you try, Jess obviously drives this quite regularly now, she's got friends that live not too far from here. You just get used to it because you're doing it.
Yeah, so this is the one that divides this lane and splits. So take the right division. No signals required, just mirror check to make sure that it's safe. There, Tom. This is the one where you need to go onto the left.
Yeah.
And again, actually, yeah.
How do you feel about when you're on your bike and stuff, skating between traffic to get to the circuit and how we're stopped a bike might come between?
Yeah, when I'm on my bike, how do I feel about doing it?
Yeah. There's a lot of accidents that cause that way.
Yeah, you got to watch yourself. I mean, I do it because it is a recognised thing filtering through traffic.
Yes,
That's a real thing. And what's the point of sat? I mean, sometimes I will sit in traffic like this, but most times I'll get through. Here I'd probably wait because I've got quite a big bike. So, but if it's like a big queue and there's plenty of room, I'll go down and sit at the front without any problem.
Yeah.
But what you've got to understand and consider is that bikes, pretty much all of them are air cooled. So you need to be moving to keep the engine cool, So sat in a load of traffic is not the done thing for a like especially the big ones. You need to get that air going onto the radiator. You don't want that oil because you have an oil radiator.
Yeah.
I've got a radiator like that's one line.
Yeah.
Clean engine all cool. But yeah, you know, I don't like people doing it. I did get annoyed with somebody doing it the other day. About 4 weeks ago.
We just called the police on someone who was parked here. They'd abandoned their car at the end of the street. I genuinely abandoned it. They're in the bloody chippy. It was a genuine hazard. No one could get on the street and stuff. So just went and stood by his car. And called the bloody police. So there's a car blocking it. And then he appeared and just got him in line.
That's better. That's much more gentle angle straightening out. As you straighten out, if you just check you can see your positioning. You can only see that positioning once you've straightened it.
Yeah.
If you try to check it while you're still on the way in, all you're going to see is
I feel quite far away though. They're not too bad.
Perfect.
Alright.
With the driving test, this is how you should park though on this street.
Yeah.
No way I'd leave my car like this.
I've got a nice little split, nice squeak into that yesterday. She was very proud of herself.
Oh, she did the reverse parking there.
Yeah. She reversed parallel parked into
That's
that.
the opposite way as well. That's a reverse park.
Yeah, she was well. She got home from her friends about
Nice. That's all. I'm impressed actually. That's really good.
Yeah, nice.
Not a lot of people can do it. Most people can do the left one, but hardly anybody can do the right reverse park.
Right, we're sorted, aren't we? No, it was a good one today. So I was chuffed that those manoeuvres went well. Sort of thing.
Same time, same place.
Perfect.
B square.
There's your money.
Thank you very much.
I'll let you shoot off. I need to go and